and welcome to ZenChin Yoga. My name is Rachel and it's truly an honor to be sharing practice with you today. Today is a very special class. It is ZenChin Yoga's first ever yoga class. And in honor of ZenChin Yoga's birthday, I created a very special flow for you. A flow in which we are going to be using a very special prop. Now you may be wondering what that prop is. Well, if you haven't already guessed it, it's a pumpkin. Now, if you don't have a pumpkin, that's okay. You could use a small fall or Halloween decorative item instead. If you don't have any props at all, that's okay too. You will experience the benefits of yoga with or without the use of a prop. And now, if you do choose to use a prop, just make sure it's on the lighter end. Unless you're feeling extra strong today or you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, I would still choose to use something a little lighter. Okay? Okay, so in addition to our pumpkin prop, you're also going to need 2 yoga blocks and a yoga blanket. Now, if you don't have any blocks, that's okay. You could use 2 sturdy books instead. And if you don't have a yoga blanket, that's okay too. You could use a thick beach towel or a thin blanket, kind of like the ones you find on your couch. If you don't have those props, that's okay too. We will modify today's class so that anyone can practice. Okay. So go ahead and grab your props and then meet me on your mat in a hero's pose. Now once you get yourself into your hero's pose, which looks like this, okay? So a lot of people, when you sit in this position, you might feel a little bit of finicky in your knees or a little bit of finickiness in your back. And if that's the case, I would certainly suggest, even if you are feeling 100%, I would still suggest using your block. So take your block and on the flat side like this, you're gonna come up and you're gonna stick the block right in between your heels so that you can sit directly on it. And you'll notice how much more space is created just with the simple addition of the block. Okay, so get yourself situated. I'm gonna face back forward so I can see you guys. And once you get into your hero's pose, go ahead and place one hand over your heart center and one hand over your belly. Gently close your eyes and gently gaze downward. Go ahead and take this moment to do a quick check-in with your body, quick body scan. And see how everything is going. How is everything feeling today? If you really focus on your breath, you might start to notice as you're scanning through your body, starting at the top of your head and going all the way down to your toes, you might notice a little bit of a stickiness, an area that your breath does not go to very well. And take a moment, and if you find one of those areas, take a moment to really tune in and see if there's anything else going on. After you do your body scan, begin to notice the quality of your breath. Are your inhales and exhales really long? They're really short? Are they equal in length? Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and just sigh it out. One more time, just like that. Inhale through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Take 2 more breaths just like that, but inhale and exhale out, in and out through your nose. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, gently flutter your eyes open. Good. on your inhale, lift your arms up overhead. And exhale, we're going to do a gentle twist to the right. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, see if you can twist a little more to the right. Inhale, back to center, arms up overhead. Let's do that on the other side. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Inhale, extend your spine, and exhale, see if you can twist a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to the center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, just let them rest in your lap. Now go ahead and grab your pumpkin. On our inhale, we're going to lift our pumpkin up overhead. Inhale. And exhale, just lower it down so that your arms are parallel to the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And I want you guys to really tune in and make sure that when you inhale and you're lifting your arms up overhead, that your shoulders aren't going up, scrunching up by your ears. If you feel that this is happening, invite a little bit of a bend in your arms, and you'll notice you'll have a little bit more space there. Your shoulders are probably a little bit tight if that is what is going on. Exhale, lower. And your shoulders will really appreciate that little bit of a bend. One more time, let's inhale up overhead. And exhale, lower down. Okay? At this point, you could use, if you don't want to use your prop, you don't have to. If you're going to use your prop, on the inhale, we're going to straighten our arms out in front of us. And then exhale. So before you exhale, choose which hand you want your pumpkin to sit in. So take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, open out to the right and twist. Inhale back to the center. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, twist to the open to the right. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist and open up to the right. Inhale, come back to the center. Now switch hands. And then exhale, open up to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale, open up to the left. Inhale to center. One more time. We're going to exhale and open up to the left. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, lower your pumpkin down. We'll do one more twisting action. You could use, if you don't have a prop, you can just place your hands at heart center like so. Otherwise, hold your pumpkin at heart center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then allow the twisting action to happen here. Don't lead with your shoulders. You want the twisting to happen in your spine. Pull in your navel just a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale, gently twist to the right. You don't have to go far. You might find that you can't go far. That is completely okay. We're just trying to warm up the spine. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. One more time. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And we're going to do that on the left side. So take a deep inhale and then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. And you might notice that one side you could twist a little bit further than the other side. Inhale and then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And then go ahead and place your prop down and come up off of your block. Go ahead and set those out of your way. And then meet me in a tabletop. So hands will be slightly in front or right below your shoulders. Knees are hips width apart. Take a look back, and if you can see your feet, shift them out a little to the opposite sides so that they're almost directly lined up with your calves. Now we're going to move through a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So on an inhale, you're going to shift slightly forward, drop your belly towards the ground, and bring your heart center through your arms, through your biceps. Inhale, slightly gaze up, and then exhale, when you round into cow, you're going to push the mat away. Push through your hands and through your knees and round your spine. And you're going to find that you slightly go back a little. So exhale, round your spine. Let your head drop in between your biceps. Inhale, heart center through your arms into cow. Exhale, round your spine into cat. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 1 more. Inhale into cow. And exhale, round your spine into cat. Inhale, come back into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes and lift up and back into a down dog. This may be the very first down dog that you have done all day. And even so, even if it's not, just take a moment to move. Allow some movement to happen in your down dog. You can walk your dogs out, shifting from foot to foot, bending your knees. You can gently let your hips rock back and forth, whatever you need in this moment. And once you get, after a couple of breaths, we're going to find a moment of stillness. And if you have to bend your knees, that is perfectly okay. We don't need to force our heels down. We don't need to make our heels touch the ground. They may never touch the ground, and that's okay too. But just try your best to bring your hips up and back, your thighs up and back towards the back of your room. Hands, your fingertips are wide apart and you're pushing through the palms of your hands. And then just gently on, as you start to breathe and as you inhales and exhales, on your exhale, just gently try to get your chest back towards your thighs. So go ahead and take a couple of moments, move it out, and see if you can find the down dog that works best for you and your body today. And once we get there, we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. One more, inhale, exhale. On your inhale, look up to the front of your mat and walk your feet up to be in between your hands. If you're bent, your knees are bent, that's perfectly okay. Take your hands to your shins, straighten your legs, and straighten your back out as much as you can. So this is flat back, okay? And you might find that your hands go up a little bit further. That's okay too. So inhale, really extend your spine, flatten your back, and then exhale, forward fold. Now you might not be able to straighten your legs. That's okay. Bend your knees as much as you want. Let your back rest. And after being here for a couple more breaths, when and if you're ready, you can begin to straighten your legs. You don't have to straighten your legs. It's okay if you don't. Again, you might not ever straighten your legs. Who knows? It's okay. If your prop is nearby, go ahead and grab that. And we're gonna, on an inhale, we're gonna go all the way up to Tadasana. Ground down through your feet. And if you need to, you can bend your knees as well. In fact, let's go ahead and all do that. Let's bend your knees. Gently bring your arms up. And once they're in line with your ears, then you can start to come on up, all the way up into mountain pose. And then exhale, lower your arms arms down. Go ahead and step your feet hips width apart. Inhale, lift your pumpkin up overhead, and exhale, sit back into a chair pose. And you can go ahead and bring your pumpkin to heart center if you'd like. But I want you to make sure that your knees are not tracking beyond your toes. And to help with that, you can lift your toes up and feel the shift in the weight moving back into your heels. And once you get yourself stabilized there, you can go ahead and let your toes go down. Make sure your back is not arching out. You want to tuck your tailbone in just a little bit, okay? And on an inhale, you might feel a little bit of a burning sensation in your thighs. That's perfectly okay. On an inhale, we're going to lift our right leg and step back into a high lunge, right? So make sure that the front knee is stacked over your ankle and that you're activating this back leg. So to activate it, you'll feel that you'll be pushing back through your heel while you're still with your toes still tucked under. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, just lower your back knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your pumpkin out in front of you. Choose which hand you would like your pumpkin to sit in. And then exhale, open out to the right. We'll stay just for a breath. On an inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, open up to the left. On the next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your pumpkin in towards you. And we're going to set up for crescent lunge. So you might have to scoot your back knee a little bit so that as we move into the pose a little bit more, it's going to be a nice stretch in that your right thigh, the front thigh there, you'll start to feel it there. And you want to make sure that your left knee, your bent knee, is not tracking over your toes, that it's stacked over your heel. And if you feel like you can't let your hips just drop straight down, that's when you know you need to move your back knee back a little bit. And once you get stabilized, inhale, lift your pumpkin up overhead. We'll stay for just a breath. On the exhale, lower your pumpkin down. If you're stabilized, tuck your toes, come up. And then the next inhale, step forward. Woo, almost lost my balance. And sit back into chair again. Stay for the inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your legs. All right, we gotta do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, sit back into chair. Inhale, lift your left leg. And if you want to challenge your balance, you can leave your arms up overhead or you can lower at heart center. And then exhale, step back into a high lunge. Okay, check your alignment. Inhale, exhale, lower your knee down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your pumpkin up in front of you. Choose which hand you want your pumpkin in. And on the exhale, open out to the left. Stay for one more breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, open up to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower your pumpkin down. Crescent lunge on this side. Scoot your knee back a little bit. If you notice that your knees start tracking past your toes. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead, and exhale, just let your hips drop. I need to scoot my knee back a little bit, okay? A little bit of a tiny back bend, but it doesn't have to be. Inhale, stay with the inhale, and then exhale, come back up. Inhale, tuck your back toes. over to high lunge. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, step forward, sit into chair. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, stand up. You might have to shake your legs out a little bit. Thighs are waking up. Okay, what do you think? Let's do that one more time, the whole sequence. Get warmed up here. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, sit back in the chair. Inhale, lift your right leg, and exhale, step back into high lunge. Stay for a deep inhale, and exhale, lower your knee. Inhale, exhale, bring your pumpkin down in front of you. Inhale, choose which hand, and exhale, we're going to open up to the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, back to the center, and switch hands. Exhale, open up to the left. Stay for the inhale, exhale, inhale, back to the center, and exhale, bring your hands or pumpkin to heart center. If you haven't already untucked your toes, go ahead and untuck them. Prepare for crescent. Inhale, up overhead. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, and exhale, lower down. Bring it to heart center. Inhale, tuck your toes, come on up. High lunge. Stay for the exhale. And inhale, step forward. Whoops. Exhale, sit back into chair. Inhale, come on back up. All right, let's keep going. Exhale, sit back in the chair. Inhale, lift your left leg. Step back to high lunge. Again, you can bring your hands or pumpkin heart center or up overhead for more of a challenge. Inhale, exhale, lower your toe or lower your knee to the ground. Inhale. Lift your arms up in front. Choose which hand. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, open up to the right. Inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands or pumpkin to heart center. Untuck your toes if you haven't already. Set up for crescent. Next inhale, up overhead. Stay for the exhale. Inhale and exhale, lower your pumpkin back down. Inhale, tuck your toes, come on back up. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come back forward, sit back in chair. And then next inhale, come back up to standing Tadasana. Shake it out, shake it out. All right. Hopefully your arms and your legs, probably most of your legs, are nice and warmed up. We're gonna keep going. Keep that fire burning. Inhale, lift your pumpkin up overhead. Exhale, sit back in the chair. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And exhale, step back to high lunge. Now go ahead and lower your pumpkin, your hands to heart center, because I want you to pay attention to your alignment here. You're setting up for warrior one. So you're going to drop your back heel down so that it is at a slight angle. I don't want to say like 45 degrees or anything like that because people get really hooked on numbers. But you want heel to heel alignment. So check to make sure you have heel to heel alignment. You could have heel to arch alignment. That's okay. But all your weight is going to be back into the back edge of your right foot. Now I want you to look at your front leg. Knee is stacked over your ankle. If your leg's burning like mine, feel free to straighten it out for a second and then bend back in. Check your knee, make sure it is tracking between your second and third toe. All right, so get yourself in your warrior one. On an inhale, arms up overhead, and we'll stay here for a couple breaths. On your next and lower everything down. Straighten your front leg out. Give it a break. Massage it, whatever you need to do. On the exhale, you're going to lower. Bend your knee back in. Keep your back heel the way it is. And you choose which hand you want to hold your pumpkin in. We're going to open out to the right into warrior two. Arms come out to a T. Stay for a couple breaths. On your inhale, come back forward. And then you're going to open out. So I'm going to open out in front of you so that my back is not to you. But you're going to open out into goddess pose. So your feet are going to be out as if they're pointing to the corners of your mat. Hold your pumpkin at heart center. And then exhale. Just drop it in. Okay? Again, you want to make sure that the weight is in your heels. So lift your toes so that you're not shifting forward. Weight is in the heels. Okay? On the next inhale, we're going to lift our arms up overhead and exhale, lower them as you straighten your arms. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale up. And exhale, lower. Okay? Now we're going to set up for warrior one on the other side. So you'll be facing the back of your mat. I'll be facing the front of my mat since I'm facing you. So you're going to turn. Right foot will be facing the front, the edge closest to you of your mat. Back foot, your left foot, will be at a slight angle. It's going to be heel to heel alignment. Push all that weight, push your weight into the back, the outside back edge of your foot, your back foot. Rotate your hips so they're facing front. And then go ahead and bend your knee. Get yourself set up. Check that your knee is stacked over your ankle. Knee is tracking between second and third toe. Inhale, lift up. And we'll stay for a couple of breaths. On your exhale, lower your pumpkin down. Stay for the inhale. Go ahead and lift your pumpkin in front of you, and then exhale, open into warrior two. Arms out to straight T. Stay here for one more moment. Good. Inhale. Rotate your hips to, it should be the back of your mat. Come up on your back heel. On your next inhale, step forward. Exhale into chair. And then inhale, come on back up. You are probably at the back of your mat. At this moment, if you want to move to the front of the mat, go ahead and do that. We're going to do the whole thing through. We're going to move through a little bit quicker to keep our heart rate up. I will probably be doing the goddess part with my back to you. Actually, you know what? I'll start on this side so that way I can still face you guys, okay? All right. So from the front of your mat, here we go. Inhale, lift your pumpkin up overhead. Exhale, sit into chair pose. Inhale, lift your right foot to up and step back into a high lunge. Make an inhale and exhale. Rotate your back heel. Ground it down. And make sure your hips are rotated, squared off to the front. And then we'll stay here in warrior one. You're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower your pumpkin down and open out into warrior two. Take for the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, rotate your feet out into an angle, bring your pumpkin to heart center. Open up into goddess pose, feet are pointing, your toes are pointing at an angle. Your heels are slightly in. Take a deep inhale and exhale, lower into goddess pose. Again, make sure that the weight is in your heels. Lift up your toes if you need to. On the next inhale, we're going to lift our pumpkin up, straighten our legs. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, lower back down. Hold here in place. Bring your pumpkin in. Turn your right foot out. Turn your back left heel out. Keep your torso, your chest facing forward. Or I guess for you guys it'd be in the back, but you're gonna open out to warrior two. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale, square your hips off to the front or the back of your mat. And lift your pumpkin overhead into warrior one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, shift forward, come up onto your toes into high lunge. Wait for the exhale, and inhale, step forward. Whoops, I almost fell out of that one. Exhale, lower into chair. Inhale, come on, we're gonna burn it out. Exhale, inhale, straighten your legs. You guys are probably feeling a little warmed up by now. That is okay. That's really good. Okay, inhale, lift your pumpkin up overhead. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. So bring your pumpkin down and begin to fold over. You might have to bend your knees. Be very mindful of your back. Go ahead, while you're in your forward fold, set your pumpkin to the side. Let's just breathe here for a couple moments. On the inhale, hands to shin. Flat back, straighten out that spine. Exhale, you're gonna bend your knees so that your hands plant on the mat. And you're gonna step right foot, left foot back. Come on down to your knees. Untuck your toes. Inhale, shift your weight forward and lower yourself to your belly. Bring your hands out in front of you. And we're going to sit into Sphinx pose. So with Sphinx pose, your elbows will be slightly in front of your shoulders, hands flat. Let me move my pumpkin so you can see. Hands flat on the mat. Make sure they're shoulder width apart. And on the inhale, it's almost as if you're pulling the floor back towards you. But you want to feel that sensation of lifting your chest up and through, in between your arms. Now make sure that you're not scrunching up your bum, you're not tightening your butt up. If you need to add a slight tightening of your bum for your lower back, by all means do that. Listen to your body, tune in. If your body's telling you not to do something, don't do it. Pain is not good. A little bit of discomfort is usually okay, but you know your body better than anybody else. So please, please, please listen to your body and be very careful if you need to. Okay, want to get yourself into Sphinx pose. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, I want you to just lower everything down. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Stack your hands, let your forehead rest there. On your next inhale, bring your hands back by your shoulders, tuck your toes, and push back up into a tabletop. Keep your toes tucked, and on the next inhale, push up and back into a down dog. Now your down dog might feel a little bit different now. You might have a little bit more room. You might feel your heels moving a little bit closer to the floor. If they're not, that's okay. You can bend your knees and stretch back even more. Make sure that your hands, your fingers are wide, spread apart, pushing through the heels of your hand. Allowing that your shoulders aren't scrunched up towards your ears. On your next inhale, look forward, and we're going to step. So right knee towards right wrist, left knee towards left wrist, and sit back on your bottoms, and then lay back onto your back, knees bent. Now we're going to move through a couple of things with bridge pose. So make sure that your heels, your feet are hip width apart. And as we lift our hips, you're going to push through your heels. Okay, so inhale, lift your hips, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to lift one more time and we're going to hold it. So inhale, lift, and hold. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and lower your hips. Everybody's bridge is going to look a little different. Everybody has a little bit of a different flexibility. I know that my bridge feels a little bit different today. I've had lower back issues this last week. So just be very mindful of everything that's going on in your body, and don't hold it against yourself if your bridge looks different than somebody else's bridge. It's okay. Everybody's body is different. It's still your yoga. Okay, so on this one, as we lift our hips, we're going to lift our arms up overhead. I want you to revisit your shoulders and your neck. If that still has a tightness in it, you're going to invite a small bend or a big bend. Experiment with it and see what works the best for you. But invite that small bend in your elbows. All right? So on the inhale, we're going to lift our hips and lift our arms up overhead. So it looks like that. So inhale, arms up overhead, hips lift. And then exhale, lower everything down. All right, we're going to do that 3 times. So inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And on this last time, we're going to hold it, okay? So inhale, lift your arms, lift your hips up, and then hold it. And you might find that this will be where you want to invite that bend in your arms. We're going to stay here for 3. 1, make sure you're pushing all that weight into your heels. Lift your toes if you need to. 2. And make sure that your knees are not splaying out like this. You want to check that they are staying straight and sturdy. One more breath. Okay, exhale, lower everything down. Bring your arms down to the side. Now, you have the option. You can keep doing your dynamic bridge like we were just doing it, or if you want to invite a little bit of a challenge, grab your pumpkin. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our pumpkin just straight up. Don't worry about lifting it up over your head. We're just going to lift it straight up like this. And when we exhale, we're just going to lower our pumpkin back towards our knees. Okay, I'll show you how it goes. So inhale, lift your hips, lift your pumpkin up overhead. Exhale, lower it down. Okay, so we'll do that 3 times, just like we've been doing. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. And then we're going to hold this last one. So inhale, lift everything up. And if you find that you have the flexibility, you can go ahead and bring your pumpkin up overhead. And we're just going to hold this here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. On your next exhale, lower everything back down. Great job. So go ahead and set, if you're using your props, set that aside. Bring your feet out to the edges of your mat and just let your knees gently drop in towards one another. This is constructive rest. If your knees don't touch, that's perfectly okay. Just let them begin to fall in towards one another. You can lay your hands wherever you would like to lay them. My favorite thing is to put my hand over my belly and back over my heart again, just to kind of revisit the beginning of class. Take a couple moments to tune back in with your body and see how it's feeling. It's probably very much awake. If it wasn't awake before, your muscles might have a little bit of burning in them, but feeling really good. It's okay. And I guarantee the next day your body is going to be asking for more yoga. If you never do yoga, it's probably wondering what the heck is going on, but that's good too. Let's take a couple more breaths. Help bring that heart rate down a little bit. On your next inhale, walk your feet in so that your knees are hip width apart. Take a big inhale and bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees in and invite a little bit of movement. You can rock back and forth or circle. Do small circles with your knees and your hips. Give your lower back a little bit of a massage. This is a good time to, show a little love to yourself. Thank your body for carrying you through what could have been your very first yoga class. If it is, thank you so much for letting me be that person to guide you through your class. ZenChin Yoga's first yoga class. It's pretty awesome. Okay, go ahead and reverse. Reverse the circles, reverse the movements. We want to add that equilibrium, that equanimity. I can never say the equanimity. I still probably said that wrong, but you know what I mean. We want the balance. We want the left and the right to feel equally loved. I like that better. Great. Go ahead and give yourself one more big squeeze. And then let your feet drop to the mat. Now if you have your blocks, go ahead and grab those. Okay? Bring your heels in towards one another and let your knees drop out to either side. This is often referred to as reclined butterfly. We're going to make it extra cushy and use our blocks to support our butterfly. So take your blocks and let them rest right underneath your thighs. And you might notice that you have to let your feet move out further away from your body. But get yourself into a really supported, comfortable butterfly. And you might have to untuck your tailbone a little bit. But once you get there so that your back is flat on the mat, you can let your hands rest on your thighs or your stomach or even out to the side, wherever is comfortable for you. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And when we use our blocks, it really gives our body the chance to really just drop into that pose, to really allow gravity to do the work for us. And you'll feel a slight sensation of just relaxation. And you can take this moment to revisit your breath and do that body scan and see how your body is feeling now. As we start to cool down, our heart rate down. option to stay here for Shavasana if you are just feeling so good and so comfy, and this is where you want to stay for Shavasana. By all means, please stay here. For the rest of you who want to move on to the more traditional Shavasana, bring your knees back up. Move your blocks out of the way. Bring your knees in. Let's do a big, big, big squeeze. Squeeze it all in. Lift your head up towards your knees and give yourself a big hug. When was the last time you hugged yourself? Probably not recently if you're like most of us. So give yourself a big hug. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, just let your feet and your legs straighten out. Arms come out to the side. Let your feet just open out to the side, drop open. You might have to tuck your tailbone in just a tiny bit, not too much, just so that the bottom, lower part of your back can lay flat on the floor. Open your arms and hands out to the side. Gently, very gently, slight roll of the shoulders under. And just find that moment of stillness and that moment of relaxation. Take a couple deep inhales through your nose. Exhale, side out through your mouth. One more just like that. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out through your mouth. Another deep inhale. Exhale out through your nose. And just let everything relax. Almost as if you feel your body sinking through the floor and sinking down into the earth. Quiet your mind, quiet your body, and rest in Shavasana. Begin to lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. Deep inhales, deep exhales out your nose. One more inhale. And on this exhale, begin to invite some movement back into your body. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Roll your red body back up. On your next inhale, bring your legs together and stretch your arms up overhead and stretch, 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 stretch. It's almost as if somebody's pulling you in opposite directions, pulling your feet, pulling your arms. And on your exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. You choose which side you like to roll on. It can be either your left or your right. If you're rolling over to the left, extend your left arm up overhead and drop your knees over to the left so that you're in a fetal position. Let your ear as closest to your arm, closest to the earth. And let that side of your head rest on your bicep as if it's a pillow. And your other arm can either rest on your knees or you can let it just rest on the floor. Oh my goodness. Take this moment to thank your body for all the work that it just did, for all of the work that it did for you today. Thank your legs for carrying you around today. Show a little bit of love to yourself. And thank yourself for taking the moment, taking the time to spend on your mat today. On the next inhale, you're going to push through your hand that's on the earth. Push up into a seated position. See if you can keep your eyes closed. Come into a cross-legged position. Let your hands rest anywhere in your lap, on your knees. You could also take this moment to sit on your yoga blanket if that's a little bit more comfortable for you and your lower back. So just take a couple of breaths here. Scan through your body, see if you can feel that stillness. That stillness that comes at the end of every yoga practice. On your next inhale, bring your hands into prayer at heart center. Deep inhale and exhale out through your nose. One more just like that. Deep inhale. Exhale through your nose. Plant the seed of metta. Just say to yourself as I say these words, may all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be filled with love. Say it to yourself. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. Bring your hands up, thumbs up towards your forehead, bow down towards your heart center. Deep inhale. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna try not to get emotional. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that you have popped on to support ZenChin Yoga's first yoga class and ZenChin Yoga's birthday. Just thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Please, if you are interested in seeing and following along with more of ZenChin Yoga's yoga videos, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. You'll be getting notifications. You can turn the notifications on as well so that you will be one of the first people to know when a new video has been uploaded. You will also get the notifications for the ZenChin Yoga cooking videos as well, if that's something that interests you. Sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for it yet, go ahead to head over to www.zenchinyoga.com. You can sign up there, and that is an excellent way for you to stay in the loop as well. You'll be one of the first people to know about the new videos that pop up. So I hope this class wasn't too strenuous, that it brought a little bit of joy to your day. It was a lot of fun for me to create. Going forward, I don't know, you never know, we might use some more fun props again, but that was probably the first and the only time we'll see the pumpkin. So, but you never know with ZenChin Yoga. So again, thank you so much, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you.